Okay guys, today is the day of the junior show, the Junior Nigerian Dwarf show. So we're going to be watching that and then maybe helping out with some of our friends that brought some juniors, just help them kind of contain and switch between the classes and whatnot. It's quite a far distance between the barns and the show ring. It'll be interesting to see how we get over there. We didn't bring any juniors just because we're just trying to soak in the national experience. This is the first nationals we've ever been to. We didn't want to overwhelm ourselves with milkers and juniors. The juniors are going to start at 4 p.m. and there are so many Nigerians that we think that the class sizes are going to take a long time. I think they'll be showing juniors well into the night, and then seniors start first thing in the morning at 8 a.m. So we thought that would be a little exhausting, trying to compete with the juniors and then get the seniors ready. So we really just wanted to take it easy on ourselves and not put too much pressure on us. And we really just want to soak in this experience and just see what it's all about and have a good time and be able to relax and not be so stressed about going in the ring and out of the ring and making sure everybody's ready and healthy. And it's a lot. It's a lot of work to come to a show like this. It is an extreme amount of work. But it's really fun. We're having a great time so far. This guy's having a great time.
Yee.
He had some fun in Redmond. It's a good time, and hopefully our goats do well. We're really looking, if we make the cut, we'd be ecstatic for that. But there's a lot of really highly competitive goats here, some of the best goats in the country, so we will see how we do.
Make sure to use a good razor. Splurge on the razor.
This is the Gillette 360 ball, no sponsor, but this is what I use on my own face.
It's gonna be smooth as a baby's butt. Alright, everyone's getting set up and their goats are on the ring to start the junior show.
Second place, Blissberry Flora, David Walber. Our third.
All the way around.
Good afternoon. This is the first class of our Nigerian Dwarf Junior Doe Show, and we pulled 20 does out into the center of the ring out of this extremely large class that we're going to continue to work with. Really appreciate everybody's patience and hard work out here to present these animals, and be patient with us as we try to get a good look at everybody and go through the maneuvers. And so we're going to continue to work with the 20 here in the center longer today. We really appreciate you bringing all of these does out here and doing such a wonderful job. They're all fit and prepared very well, and everybody's being really patient and great exhibitors out here today. We really appreciate it. Thank you so much. It's our Nigerian Dwarf Junior Kids class. These first two kids are real stylish, and they caught our eye right away when we started evaluating the kids in this class today. The first kid we felt was just a little bit more correct in the width between the hocks. She shows a wider, more arched discussion, just a little bit more width and depth all the way through than the second place kid. The two real stylish kids here to start this class. Then number 3, an advantage in her turn, just in the levelness as she moves out around the ring. She's more naturally level through the loin and rump. She has a little bit more depth of body, real upstanding kid here. Lovely class of Nigerian Dwarf kids, and these are intermediate kids. We pulled 20 does out into the center. Some difficult choices here. There's a lot of nice animals in this class, and so just trying to make sure that we're maintaining kind of the same style throughout, focusing on the correct traits. As we pull these does out, we really feel like the 20 that we have out in the center are the does that we want to work with going forward. We really appreciate all of these does and all of your efforts to come out here today, and thank you so much. So these are our intermediate Nigerian Dwarf kids, and we felt an easy top in this class. We saw this there right away when she came into the ring. For her width and depth and angularity, she has the strongest top line in the class. Placing over 2 today, just walking out a little higher headed, being a little bit more correct in the shape and slope of rump, the width of rump across, and she's real strong bone, just a little bit more strength of bone than 2. 2 is extremely dairy. The dairiest kid in the class here is number 2, placing over 3 in her turn, showing a little bit more of that strength part of the dairy strength. being a little bit more powerful through the front end. We really like the width and the openness in the escutcheon on the second place kid's a little more extreme than what we saw in 3. And then 3 placing over 4 in her turn. Again, just showing a little bit more strength. These kids are extremely dairy, so just making sure that we have enough strength to go along with that. And we really feel like we see that up here, but the third doe a little stronger than the fourth doe, a little bit more powerful kind of doe with more length across her top line than we see in 4. And then 4 placing over 5, again for that dairy. It's our Nigerian Dwarf senior kids, another beautiful group of does in our top 20 here, starting with the kid at the head of the line. We just feel she has the advantage in this class. In general appearance, overall in the top line, the front end, and strength in feet and legs. Over the second place doe, she's longer through the loin and rump. She's more naturally level across the top line, more correctly shaped and sloped in the rump today, and a little bit more strength in this doe as well. And then 2 placing over 3, an advantage in the front end assembly. She has a little bit more extension to her brisket. She's a little bit more powerful in her front end. And then in the rump, in her turn, this doe's a little bit more correctly shaped. Really like the dairiness on this third doe, one of the most dairy does here in the class. Placing over 4 for the length and leanness of neck, the sharpness at the withers. She is longer across her top line, again, just more length of bone throughout. Okay, these are Nigerian Dwarf Junior yearlings. A really nice class here. A lot of quality, a lot of differences though here in these does, some different types and styles as we go down the line. We move this first doe up and really I preferred the depth of body here. Just a little more depth and development, a little bit more strength through the front end with a little bit more extension to the brisket. She's not quite as dairy and open, but all that strength and power and width is going to bring her up here to the top of the line today with the second doe. Then 2 over 3, just a more feminine kind of doe. She's cleaner in her front end. She's a little bit more correct in the placement of her leg, beneath the body, a little bit more extension to her brisket. She's one of the most dairy open does here in the class in the second place doe. 3 placing over 4 in her turn for dairiness and femininity. She's more feminine about her head, longer and leaner in her neck, just freer from excess flushing, giving up a little bit in depth and power to 4, who's extremely powerful and strong bone and deep and wide throughout, placing over 5 for those reasons. Another really high quality class of Nigerian Dwarf dry yearlings here, and we've cut this class to 20 again, and so some really nice animals here still standing around the outside. We feel we really have a consistent group here in the center to work with that really encompasses all areas of the scorecards. We're going to continue to work with them today. We really appreciate you bringing this tremendously large class in here. It's really wonderful to see all the Nigerian Dwarfs participating in the national show, and we really thank you for being here. These are Nigerian Dwarf senior dry yearlings, and this first doe was an easy top in this class today. We both saw her when she came into the ring, and throughout the class watching her, she really has the strength and general appearance combined with the dairy strength today. A little more dairiness over the second doe, more feminine head, a longer, leaner neck. She's sharper at the withers, just a more feminine kind of doe throughout. These are all of our first and second place Nigerian Dwarf dry does competing for junior champion, and the first place does are in the line closest to me. We got a beautiful show today, a lot of animals, and these does all came to the head of their classes pretty easily today. They're really uniform in type for their length, the strength in the front end. Nice brisket on these does, depth of body combined with dairy strength. They're real open. Nice rumps on these does as well, well-shaped rumps that are long and flat. The thurls are set high, particularly here in this first line. And then just the depth and angularity and shape of body. We really appreciate a lot of style in these does as well as we watch them walk out around the ring. And so our dry yearling here at the head of the line, just long and deep and wide. She's open, nice front end on this doe with extension to the brisket, beautiful breed character, lovely when viewed from behind for her width between the hocks and openness in the escutcheon, correct shape and slope of rump. Our junior yearling doe, though we moved up in this class, later in the class, but really for her body shape, the depth of body and angularity, the strength in the front end assembly with the extension to the brisket, length of neck on this doe, and strong feet and legs, extremely stylish. Senior kid here, she really catches your eye as she moves out around the ring. For her level top line, she walks out high-headed, just a striking doe in her general appearance, combining that with dairy strength and beautiful feet and legs as well. And then our intermediate kid, just so powerful and deep and wide. Another doe in deep front behind with tremendous width between the hocks and openness in the escutcheon. She has a correct shape to her body, increasing in width and depth from fore to rear, and a beautiful top line and one of the strongest rumps here in the lineup as well for its shape and width. And then our junior kid, another doe that was just extremely stylish in her class. When she came in, she caught our eye, just a beautiful doe as she moves out around the ring for her beautiful top line. Strengthened feet and legs, a dairy, open doe, and an appropriate amount of body capacity for her size and age. So as we look down the line here, pretty quickly came to the conclusion that our dry yearling would be our junior champion today. And dairy strength today, combining that with the strength and general appearance and strength of top line, length and levelness of rump, correct feet and legs, and among here the widest set in the rear with the width between the hocks and openness in the escutcheon, and really has those qualities that we're looking for that we want to emphasize, and she'll be our junior champion. And a little closer as we look down the line here, the closer competition now is between our senior kid and our intermediate kid, and we really like the style of both of these does. But the doe that falls most closely in the type of our junior champion is our intermediate kid down here. And she really has the width and depth allowed when you do this doe from the rear, just tremendous width between the hocks and openness in the escutcheon, and that tremendous depth of body and angularity that she's already showing here. As an intermediate kid, she'll be our reserve junior champion.